Hello everyone, today I'm going to discuss with you the third conditional, which is only one structure that we can use for four purposes. Well, first of all, the third conditional is composed of two parts, the if clause and the main clause. In the if clause, we're going to be using the past perfect tense as the tense of the verb, of the main verb. In the main clause, or we call it as well the result clause, we're going to be using would or wouldn't, could or couldn't, one of them, plus have plus past participle. Now, let's start with the first purpose why we use the third conditional. Firstly, we use it to show regret. For example, let's say I didn't study very well, so I failed the exam. So here, when I want to show, when I want to express my regret, I'm gonna be using the third conditional. So I would say something as such. Oh no, it's totally my fault. If I had studied very well, I wouldn't have failed the exam. If I had studied, past perfect, very well, I wouldn't have failed the exam. Okay? Which is actually these two didn't happen. I didn't study well. The truth is, I didn't study well and I did fail the exam. Okay, so the second usage is to rebuke somebody, let's say, or just to criticize this person. For example, somebody's criticizing me, so this person would say, if you had studied very well, you would have passed your exam. See? So it's the same actually, but this time somebody is telling that to me. Now, and of course you can make up any sentence and it would be correct, any situation. Anyways, so let's move to the third use, or the third purpose why we use the third conditional, which is to be relieved, like to show relief. You know, this is here the opposite situation. Let's say the opposite happened to me. I studied very well and I passed the exam. And here I want to show relief because I would say the following. Oh, thanks God. If I hadn't studied very well, I wouldn't have passed the exam. If I hadn't studied very well, I wouldn't have passed the exam. Because here in this situation, I studied very well and I passed the exam. I studied very well and I didn't fail in the exam. Okay? So this means, thanks God, if I hadn't studied very well, I wouldn't have passed the exam. Or if I hadn't studied very well, I would have failed the exam. Oh, thanks God that I studied very well. You know? So, and the last purpose is to show surprise. Let's say one of my friends came to town and she didn't tell me about that. Maybe I knew that from somebody else, or maybe she told me after she left the town. So I would say to her, if I had known that you were here, if I had known that you were in town, I would have called you to come over, you know? But the truth is, I didn't know that she's in town and I didn't call her to come over. So actually, this is how I showed my surprise of something that I had no idea about. So this is it for today. If you would like, you can comment below with the new examples using the if conditional, the third conditional actually, maybe to show regret, maybe to show relief.